Starting out here overhead, and what we're going to do is kind of get into a overhead fly pattern. I have just a little bit of tension through the T2, and what I'm trying to do is get a little bit of stretch but also engage the entire muscles from top to bottom. So here we're going to go alternating, trying to lock one arm out at the top, keep the other arm pretty straight as it swings back. Once again, we're keeping some good tension on it but not overdoing it. And now we're transitioning into the next exercise. You'll see that the T2 is set up without the extender strap. The bungee is simply doubled over the bar and then clipped. This allows for a little shorter system in general, but also magnifies the bungee element. Now the tension is basically twice as much as it is under the normal setup. This will allow you to get into these things like the squat and rows a little bit deeper. So now when we use these small rotational chops, that doubled over bungee becomes a lot tougher. Try to keep it real small and controlled, leading with the core, trying to keep the system really connected. Other side, get your same amount of reps here, once again, small and quick. Getting back to the overhead flies, now you're going to pull a little harder away from the base. This will increase the tension and make it more from a stretch into an actual exercise. Trying to keep the arm straight and the core tight. Right into overhead tricep extensions. You'll notice the core and the arms and the shoulders and back all have to work the harder you pull those straps and handles away from the base. Extend out at the top and all the way in. Now a straight arm reciprocal pullover. You're working against yourself here, so the harder one side pulls, the more the other side has to resist. If you want to dig in a little bit deeper, pull real hard on one side and try to hold the other side from getting pulled up. This will really activate the lats, the back, the arms, the shoulder, even the chest. The harder you pull, the harder the other side has to work, and that isometric tension really adds up. Next, moving into a lunge position, one arm press. Try to keep the same side as the forward leg, that arm, keep that straight, and then work real hard to create tension through the other side. You'll notice the housing magnifies how hard you're having to work, and it'll be pretty difficult, but do your best to control your body. The more core you have involved and the stronger you keep that lead arm, not the pushing arm, but the one that's pushed out and stable, the harder you'll have to work throughout the entire body. This is not an easy move. It requires a lot of concentration, but will really fire everything up from head to toe. Followed by a squat hold position, alternating row. And this one you're going to try to keep one side pulled in as long as you can while the other side pulls in. So the housing is going to create that tension, and you're going to have to fight really hard to not give the side that's already pulled back. Pull strong, keep the body tight, and resist as long as you can. Eventually you will have to give in, but you'll notice that the harder you fight, the harder the other side has to work. Try to keep as low as you can and as strong as you can throughout. This is going to be followed by a single leg squat, almost in a back lunge or a shrimp squat with an isometric bicep. So try to pull those cables or those handles to you as strong as you can. Create that good strong tension and then control the leg in the squat while you hold the bicep. If done well, you should get a good amount of fatigue evenly between the legs and arms. Here you're going to think extension and downward pressure. So the two things that are the big focal points here are really getting out good extension, stretching out, and then pulling straight arms through the triceps down on the straps. Work together, extend, press down. Circling back, the same two exercises again, just with the opposite leg of the original use. First set of this was on the left leg, so second set, right leg. Same concept, lots of good pressure. Keep the elbows up, particularly on the down squat, and then keep that pressure going throughout the entire one. As we get into the next one, transition right into it, a second or two if you need it, and then hit that good extension, down and back pressure. Notice that the shoulder blades reach out, but then they pull back all the way there at the back. So you're going to try and keep that pressure down to the ground and then all the way back behind you. Reach, press, and control. Squat jumps with a little T2 assist. Here you're trying to do most of the work on your own, but use a little bit of the bungee to kind of help that. It'll get tiring pretty quick, so get a few good quality jumps in, and then you're going to rest. Low squat, body curl is more about curling your body towards your hands. So the arms and biceps will try to create as much tension isometrically to really hold that bungee tight, and then you curl yourself up towards your hands. You'll notice there's a little bit of give, but for the most part, you're curling up. Then we hit the tricep extension from a split stance or a lunge stance. You're going to try to keep as much pressure to really keep that bungee pressed out as far as you can. Once again, you are traveling towards your hands, not the other way around. When you get about halfway through your reps, switch your sides, reset, but still keep that good tension. The nice thing is as you go along, if you get a little fatigued, you can allow the tension to come up just a little bit. You can aim up a little bit higher and finish out your set. Getting back to the small range of motion chop, this time we're only going to have one strap. So the strap is pulled all the way through so the handle anchors up against the bungee, and we're going to hit that small, controlled, core-centric chop. It's real quick, it's focused, and it's something you just do a couple reps of to really get that core engaged before you move on to the next and final section. Setting yourself up so one foot is through both handles or both loops. You're going to be in a push-up position, and the first thing you think about is trying to keep a real strong level body. From there, we have some knee drives kicking back to a standard position, but once again, the main concept is keeping the body strong throughout the entire movement. So as you enter the push-ups, you're still focused on the same strong body control throughout the entire thing. A kneeling ab crunch. You're going to slide your elbows, rest them on the handles, and then grab the straps with your hands for this small, controlled, but intense move. And if you have anything left, try to hit a plank to finish out. Just burn it out, hold it as strong as you can, as long as you can. Finishing out the workout with a little bit of fun and a little bit of heart rate cardio. So this is basically a squat jump, lateral side to side with a touch of a row. So we're going to manipulate the band and the bungee, all while trying to get a little bit of side to side jump. Reset each time if you want. If you feel like you have control, you can go back and forth without resting. But the important thing is you want to keep moving. You want to try and go side to side, and you want to go as long as you can keep control. So once again, jump, pull, control. Now we're going to finish out with a little bit of stretch. This is similar to the stretch we started with. Kind of works side to side. This can be exploratory if you want. I'm just kind of exploring with some different things, but it can be anything you want. I love this concept, particularly from a split stance, but really this is your time to kind of move around, see how the body's feeling, see how it compares to when you originally started, and just kind of go and stretch out and feel it all. Switch legs, make sure you explore both sides. The important part is that you really kind of lengthen and elongate and use the straps and the bungee to really accentuate that stretch. Let it pull you behind, work through all different kinds of range of motions, whether it's one or two moves, feel it out, and great job.